Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you my Cuccio nail polish collection. I have a couple of the mini bottles. This one is called A Star Is Born and it was in my project polish last year. As you can see, it is still showing its battle wounds at the back here, but I did pull it from that project because it was not the sort of polish you would wear very often, but it is quite pretty, so I'm going to be keeping it. And the other mini that I have is called Illumination. It's a very pretty topper and I had to buy a full-size nail polish to get this one with it, and in fact I have never worn either of them except for swatching, so if I don't wear this one soon I might well be destashing it, but it's staying for now. Next is Take Your Breath Away, and this one was recently given to me by Nika of Nika's Naughty Nails. It's a very pretty colour and I did like this a lot when I wore it, so it will be staying. Nika also sent me this polish called Branch Out, and this isn't a colour that I would wear very often, and I did recently do a destash of colours like this. It made me think of Matcha by Barry M that survived that recent destash, so I decided to do a little bit of a comparison. And as you can see, they are not dupes, but the Cuccio is a little bit more yellowy green, which doesn't suit my skin tone so well, so I will be destashing that one and passing it on to a friend. Then we have Wind in My Hair, which is a pale grey with a hint of shimmer in it, and I recently wore this one. I have got so many greys that I'm going to have to get rid of some of them, so I will be destashing this one. And then we have Surprise, which is a full coverage glitter, and I love the look of this one on the bottle, but wasn't so keen on it on the nails. So this one will be going into my destash. Pulp Fiction Pink is a mid-tone pink again with a hint of shimmer in it. Cuccio does like to do these types of shimmery polishes. This one is ever so pretty on the nails. I wore it recently and it will definitely be staying in my collection. Then we have this topper called Blissed Out, and this was in one of my recent tricky topper videos because I was never quite sure how to wear this and what colours it would look nice over. I have since worn it over the pale green, which I did quite like, but I'm still not 100% certain. I'll try it over a couple more colours before I make up my mind, so it'll stay in my collection for now. Then we have Transformation. This is a very pale pink, again with that hint of shimmer in it. Very pretty polish. I enjoyed wearing this one and it is staying in my collection. Then we have Private Eye, and the first time I wore this one I wasn't sure about it. It looks ever so pretty in the bottle, but I wasn't so sure about it on the nail. I have recently worn this one again, and I do quite like it, but I just don't reach for it very often. So it's going to stay for now, but might be destashed later. Then we have True North. This is a lovely sort of taupey colour with that shimmer in it again. Very, very pretty and unusual and unique in my collection. Then we have Gala, and this is a very pretty polish in the bottle, but it is in a quite sheer jelly base. I would love it to look like it does in the bottle on my nails, so I decided to do a little bit of testing to see if I could get it to look that way. So first of all I tried it over a mid-toned blue, and really the glitters just appear black on top of this one. So I tried it over a slightly lighter blue and it had pretty much the same effect. And applied here on its own, you can see just how sheer the base of this one is. This next one is called On the Nile Blue, and it's the one that I bought in order to get that mini illumination, and it's very, very pretty in the bottle. That blue shimmer does show up a little bit on the nail, but not as much as you might like. So I decided to try Gala over the top of this one to see how that would look. And it certainly does look a little bit closer to how it appears in the bottle when you apply it over a darker colour. I don't know why I decided to try it over a pink, but I did. You can see the effect here. It's not very pretty, but nevertheless give it a go to see what it looked like over a lighter colour. So here you can see it over the top of the lighter blue, built up on its own, and over the top of the darker blue, as well as over the pink. So I prefer this one built up on its own. This is 4 coats in the middle on the right there, and over the darker blue. I'm not sure if I'm going to wear this polish, so it's going back in my collection for now, but might be destashed later. Moving on, we have this lovely purple cream called Count Me In. This one actually appears a lot darker in real life than it does in this video. Then we have Coffee, Tea or Me, and this is one of the earliest Cuccio polishes that I bought that started my love for this brand. It's a nice, complex, glittery polish that looks beautiful on the nails. It's not over the top, it's quite subtle, but you've got so many colours in there. It's very, very pretty indeed. Definitely keeping this one. Next we have Dreamville, and this is another very pretty full coverage glittery polish with those holographic bar glitters in it. Very unusual and definitely staying in my collection. Worth a little look at this one in close up, I think, just so you can see how pretty it is. Then we have I Wonder Where. It's just a pale grey, but it's a really good formula, so I will be keeping this one. And then Bologna Blush, which is a slightly taupey pink or pinky taupe. In any case, it suits my skin tone and I really like wearing this one. Then we have CUPPA Cuccio, and this is another of those full coverage glitters. Very easy to work on, goes on without becoming too thick. Very pretty as an accent nail. I'm definitely keeping this one. Then we have Jamaica Me Crazy, again a fabulous cream formula on this one. I think I'd call this one a dark periwinkle, but it's very pretty and I'm definitely keeping it. Then we have Quick as Bunny. This is a putty coloured polish that has already survived a destash dupe detective, so this one is staying in my collection. Then we have Explorateur, and this is probably one of my favourite Cuccios from the Wanderlust collection. I did buy the whole collection, but I've destashed some of it already and a few more in this video. But this one is so unusual with those darker grey flecks in the polish. It's very, very pretty indeed. Definitely keeping this. Then we have 2 AM in Hollywood, and this black I purchased because it is very good for water marbling. Not that I do it very often, but it's still helpful to have a black polish that water marbles well. Then we have Quilty as Charged, and this is sort of an eggplant purple, very pretty looking in the bottle, as yet untried, but I am looking forward to trying this one out. Then we have Soaked in Seattle. This is another grey with a shimmer in it. This one has a silver shimmer, and it's pretty, but I don't think it's special enough to keep in my collection, especially as it's got a slightly green tinge to it, and I prefer my greys either straight up grey or with a hint of blue or purple in them. Then we have Soul Surfer. This is another very good cream polish, excellent formula, very pretty colour, definitely staying in my collection. And finally, Been There, Done That, and this is another full coverage glitter with sort of champagne coloured glitters in it that are also somehow holographic. It makes a very special accent nail, and I am going to be keeping this polish. So I'm going to be destashing these 4 Cuccio polishes from my collection, and possibly I think at some point in the future I might also destash this blue glitter as well if I don't end up reaching for it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.